How confident were you prior to the race on Saturday?
I was very hopeful that he had a very good chance because John O'Neill, his trainer, is brilliant at preparing horses for races like the Grand National, and he was very happy with them. And in lots of ways, he was right because he ran a brilliant race. And the Grand National is so unpredictable, but for at least a long part of it, I thought that he had a very good chance of winning. And there was plenty of excitement, and the dream was alive for a long way. But it wasn't to be. But I had a great thrill, and I'm going to miss riding the race at the Grand National. You know, it's something that I've been very lucky to do for the last 20 odd years, and it's going to be very strange not doing it anymore.
And maybe on the morning of, it's the final Grand National for you, you're on the favourite. How, in terms of the pressure stakes, is that different to maybe the last one that you rode?
I think there's pressure on every sports person. If there's not, then they're not in the right job, or they're not worried enough about it. I think there should always be pressure on you to try and be better, and so there was pressure, but no different than any other day. And even though it is the most famous horse race in the world, I actually genuinely don't think the pressure was any different, because you do need a lot of luck to win the Grand National, and that's what makes it such a special race, is the unpredictability of it. And, as I said, for a long way on Saturday, I actually thought he was going to win. So at least the excitement was there for a long time, and during it was there for a great part of the race. It was there as well.
And I mean, for people, I'm not hugely knowledgeable on horse racing, but watching the Grand National, it's so, as you said, unpredictable and so dangerous, it seems for me, when I'm looking at it on the telly. So many horses racing, not everybody finishing. You never know what's going to happen. How is your missus when you're up on the back of the horse getting ready to go? What over so many years? What's the feeling there?
I think she's okay. I think my mum and dad probably find it a little tougher now. They're in their 70s, and probably not maybe is enjoying it as much as they once were, because of the dangers of it. It is a dangerous sport, and there are risks, sadly. But as a jockey, you never think that it's going to happen, and you always hope that it's never going to happen to you. So, but as I said, the Grand National is different because 600 million people watch it around the world. So it's that big, and it is the one horse race that everyone knows about.
Again, it's kind of considered or renowned as being one of the most dangerous sports in the world. When it comes to injuries, what were the most worrying for you over your career?
Yeah, look, it is a very dangerous sport, and sadly, unfortunately, you have colleagues who have been fatally injured, and John Thomas McNamara had a really bad fall in Cheltenham a few years ago, and his cousin Robbie McNamara actually had a bad fall in Wexford the other day, and is not in great condition. I know that he had an operation on his back yesterday, and I think it went pretty well. So,
thank God.
But it's a very dangerous sport. I've broken my ankle, my leg, my arm, my wrist. I've broken my back. Pretty much all my ribs, punctured my lungs. I've done a lot, but luckily I've been able to get up and go again. So,
AP, when you just list out, it's so shocking. You broke your back. The list is horrendous, and that's just part and parcel of what you do to get the achievements that you've got.
Yeah, I think in any sport, I think you have to, to have a longevity or to be successful. I think you have to have. You have to make sacrifices, and as a jockey, those are the sacrifices. But look, I'm not the only one. That happens every day of the week. That's the game we're in, the job we're in. It's a tough sport, and there are a lot of tough lads out there. And as I said, now that I should bring it up. Pretty much since I heard that Robbie McNamara had a bad fall in Wexford the other day, that's pretty much all I've been thinking about, because he's a lad that I've played golf with a lot. I've been on holidays with him a lot, so that definitely reminds you of the dangers of it. And I say hopefully we'll say a prayer that he's going to be okay.
Yeah, absolutely.